and he's going to be giving a speech he's given before, Lessons Learned from My First Real Job. Please welcome Craig.
How many of you had an experience that changes the way that you think about things? Maybe it's an experience that you take on some new risk or some new responsibility. For me, my first real job did that. It wasn't a real job because I did something special, but it was a real job because it gave me my first taste of responsibility. You see, I decided to be a stock person at Lowlands Lumberyard in Rockford, my hometown. You see, more than a few cheeseburgers ago, after high school, I had the goal of wrestling collegiately, Division I level. I didn't quite think that I was quite ready, and so I decided to take a year off and use my first real job to make that possible. The lessons I learned from that were being entrepreneurial, taking a risk, perseverance. Are you following through with what you need to do in order to achieve your goals? And then also asking others for help, because relying on other people's experience can make it easier for you to achieve your goal. My typical day started in a room not much bigger than this speaking area, actually probably even a little bit smaller. How many people here are morning people? I am definitely not a morning person. And this job hammered that home, because the day at the lumberyard started at 5:15 in the morning. Apparently contractors are morning people too. So to combat that, the first thing that I had to do to manage my time was hide the alarm clock. I don't know if you're a fan of the snooze button, but I certainly am. And I can hit that thing repeatedly for a good hour before I start the day. So not being a morning person, hiding the alarm clock was actually really effective. So not only was I out of it, but also this little small room was relatively unorganized. So the alarm clock would go off in the corner where I'd hidden it the night before. I'd come to, try to figure out where I had actually put it, and pulling everything out. Finally, I would find it. But by that time, I'd already waken up, ready to take on the day, taking a risk for making my training possible. And that's a lot what we do here at Toastmasters. We go to table topics and answer questions that we have no idea how to answer. Like we have the glasses that can see through the, what was it, Tim? Yes, exactly. Or, we give prepared speeches, and we get better. We take a risk. So that's what I learned from just starting the day. But after the day had started, my struggle had just begun for the day. I don't know is everyone here familiar with Rockford, Illinois? Northern Illinois? Nice flat surface that in the wintertime is very conducive to the polar vortex. We actually, in Rockford, pretty routinely had -30 below wind chill factors that winter that I worked in the lumberyard. And so I would start the day, pull on my snowmobile suit, get my scarf, pull on the ski mask, and get ready to venture out into the day. And so doing that for a week, it's okay. Do it for a month, it's a little bit tiresome. And after 3 months of December, pre-holiday winter, January, February, even March, post-holiday winter, it gets old. But it requires perseverance to reach your objective. That's a lot what we do here too in Toastmasters as well. It's not enough just to show up for a meeting or two, but we're all here in a supportive environment to get better. And so the more we come and the more we practice, the better we get. So that is a key lesson as well, I think, which is perseverance. Once I did actually make it to the lumberyard, the contractors, who also were morning people, were stacked up row by row, ready for me, the stock person, to get them what they needed for their order. Now it turns out that I had no idea what I was doing. The 2x4x8 pressure treated, fire rated plywood, I had no idea what that was. But Hank, one of the other guys, did. He'd been working the lumberyard for several years, and he had been assigned to the forklift. And so Hank, though, would be speeding around on the forklift, and he could catch him at the right time. Hank, where's the pressure-treated lumber? I have no idea. I don't even know what that is. But Hank knew. And so if I could catch him at the right time and get advice, he could point me in the right direction. No, Craig, you're in the exact wrong place at the lumberyard. You need to be back by the back fence where all the pressure-treated lumber is. And so asking for advice can point you in the right direction, can give you that experience that, what do they say, experience is something you get right after you need it? That's something that asking other people for help can do for you as you try to get better. And so really the lessons that I learned from my first real job was taking a risk. Are you being entrepreneurial? Or are you just comfortable in your own situation and not taking risk? Are you being perseverance? Are you following through with the objectives that you set for yourself? And the third thing is, are you asking others for help? Because asking for help can give you the experience that those others have gained. And so if you can take those lessons away and apply them to your objectives, it'll help you reach them.